So I mentioned in the last video that I would do a quick video on the Alabama defense as well. These are just, like I said, high level things to point out. No extended breakdown or anything. Just these are things you should notice. When you see patterns, there's something to watch. And I've noticed some patterns with the Alabama defense. So let's hop into it. This thing you're seeing right here is, I don't know what they were doing on run defense. Alabama's been struggling with run defense at different times in the year. Not crazy bad, but they're definitely not like a run first stop unit. This isn't a Nick Saban original 3-4 defense from 2008, 2009 with Dante Hightower and Rolando McClain. This is a different type of defense with different types of personnel, but they tend to rush up the field and get out of their discipline and don't set the edge at times. And on this play, you're going to see LT Overton kind of crash down, and the edge is not set, like, at all. Whole line gets washed down. And you're going to see Justin Jefferson, who's getting blocked. He comes up, which I like. He's trying to get to the edge, but then he gets blocked, and he's small, so he gets pushed up the field, which is unfortunate. And then you're going to see Deontay Lawson just completely overrun the running back. Like, he runs straight past, and running back's like, well, easy cut back for me, cut back run. And then you're going to see the freshman, I think Desean Lee's a freshman or a sophomore, one of them. He also overruns the play. He's a DB dude, so I'll give him a little bit less flack, but he still shouldn't be overrunning the running back too. So just across the board on this play, this is after they had a really solid first half. They became lackadaisical in the second half, and Tennessee just got better at running the ball in the second half. They committed to it, and they really attacked the edges, and this was the precursor to all those runs that you saw. The reason why Bishop, the Tennessee running back, was able to be so successful, this is the first play where we saw it unveil, and then that second half, they just kept going with more and more. So let's go to the next play that I'm going to show you, and it's going to see the same problem. This time you're going to see number 11. I'm forgetting his name on the defense. Does not set the edge. He gets blocked down completely. He does not get to the right side, or in his case, he's on the right side of his line of scrimmage, but he's on the left side of he doesn't get to the left side of the offensive lineman. Bishop runs right by him. You're also going to see the cornerback getting blocked up the field. Cornerback's kind of small, so that's kind of understandable, but Nick Saban would have been on him for not being able to get into the run play. And you're going to see Justin Jefferson not fast enough to get over there. He gets walled off as well with the lineman blocking inside. Easy money, easy yards for the running back. This is why setting the edge is so important. I don't know what, and it's not to say, not blaming Kane Womack per se, but I'm saying in this defense, I don't know how Kane Womack instructs them to set the edge, but it seems like the guys are struggling to do so for whatever reason. Maybe they get ahead and they're thinking, oh, I don't have to do all the things I need to do, but you always have to play your assignment well. And sometimes they just have these lapses where they decide not to play their assignment. And as a result, you give up big yards and you allow Tennessee running back to get over 100 yards, mainly through the second half. Once again, I'm not picking on number 11. He shows up again in this next play. He doesn't play his gap. The assignment with discipline is lacking. He's not doing it. He tries to knife past the block here, and he ends up getting blocked out of the rush lane as a result. So what he should have done was come up right to this B gap here, which I think is either the B or A gap. It's kind of hard to tell in the jumble. He runs up and he tries to engage. He doesn't really try to engage. He should have just engaged head on with the blocker to clog up this gap. Instead, he tries to dance around him to his right, which is the offensive lineman's left, and go through and try to get to the running back before he gets to the gap. He misses. The running back's already there. The running back goes right through the gap that he should have been clogging up and plugging up. The defensive lineman tried to tackle the running back, couldn't quite get a hold on him. He gets free. He gets 8 to 9 yards. None of that happens if number 11, instead of trying to dance around the offensive lineman, hits his guy head on, takes on the gap. This is what happens when you try to freestyle your plays too much and just trying to take advantage and make a play. Sometimes you just got to do your assignment. And I would say every time you should just do your assignment, and you will stop a lot of plays like this. Now we are going to go to another play where you just see Alabama players not being gap disciplined, not being sound. It was so weird. First half, the defense didn't have as many of these issues. They played really well. They just started to struggle. Maybe they got a little bit lackadaisical. Maybe they thought we're ahead, we're winning, we don't have to play as hard. But even this, just simple mistakes like this, which is, I don't even say like this is a big issue with Deontay Lawson, but on this play, you see him fall through the B gap. Like he doesn't, I think he's like trying to run up and like, I think he's actually trying to do his assignment on this play. At least I think so. It looks like he intended to clash with the right guard here and clog up that lane, but the right guard starts blocking down on the centers guy, so they're double teaming the block, and it looks like he maybe trips on his leg or just trips in general through that gap, and he falls forward, and then the running back's like, oh, empty lane, empty gap, goes through and gets some nice yardage. And it's that type of stuff that makes you go, what is going on? Yeah, they just got to step up, be more disciplined, be more careful, play their assignment correctly each time. And I think they stopped most of these issues. Ultimately, that drive ended up with a rushing touchdown for the Tennessee running back, and they're able to stay in the game a little bit longer as a result. This is what happens when you don't play sound and play with gap integrity and do what you're supposed to do. Let me know what you all think. I'll see you on the next video.